What's happening? It's your boy Yo, MyhellofalifeTV. Joined today by my dog right here. This is MAQ.
What's up, brother?
What's happening, man? This is a long time coming right here.
Yeah. We're here now.
Supreme MAQ, Culture Pusher MAQ.
Whatever you want to call him.
Whatever you want to call him. Look, if you are a fan of New Orleans music, the underground music, hip hop, whatever, however you gonna label it, you need to know this man. That's how I feel. You need to know this man.
Straight up.
Been knowing him now about 3-4 years. You heard me, since I came in the game, and just a real individual, dog. So happy to finally get you on camera.
Appreciate that.
We've been talking about it for a minute. You heard me, but
likewise.
You got the album. Let's get into it. You got the album, bro. Supreme Beings.
Classic. No, I ain't gonna say that.
Hey man, shit, talk your shit.
Supreme Beings is a project that came together with Irvin Mayfield, all right? So like just to give you the quick history on that, me and John, which is his who works with Irvin Mayfield, John Diaz, he wanted to invite me to the studio. So we went to the studio and to meet Irvin Mayfield and check out their new where they're gonna be recording and stuff at, right? So once we got there, he pretty much told him my background, what all I've been doing and stuff like that. And he was like, man, I'd love to work with you. He's like, man, you can bring me whoever you want. You know what I'm saying? So before he did that, it was like just three. We agreed to 3 songs. Right. So like we knocked the 3 out. Bam, bam, bam. So after the 3rd one, he was like, I asked him, I'm like, yo, like, what's next? You dig what I'm saying? Like what's next? He's like, man, I'm loving the energy you bringing. Man, let's keep it going.
So who was, not to cut you on my bad, but who was involved in the first 3 songs before we got further into the project?
Mississippi A.B., Syph, Don Flamingo, Nesbitt Phipps, Pie Sky, and Made Groceries.
All right.
Yeah.
So I already had a good amount of people.
Yeah, I kind of like already kind of had it like who I wanted.
Yeah.
And I knew once I brought Made Groceries in, because Made Groceries, they was the last to record the song. Yeah. So once I brought Made Groceries in, I knew Made Groceries was gonna put the icing on the cake for me. Right. Just because the type, how they work. Right. Just what they have, how they gel, how they create music together. Yeah. I knew Mayfield was just gonna love them just off the dump. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what happened. So that's what by ended the 3 songs with Made Groceries is what created the rest of the album. Yeah, Supreme Beings. So can you talk a little bit about who you already mentioned most of the artists, but any other artists you might have left out? Who else is Gene Stanza is featured on there, and Courtney Hart is featured on there, and I have interludes by Brother Willie Muhammad. Yeah, I wanted to get into that because when you get a chance to hear this album, it's very powerful messages coming from Brother Willie. Yes. As well as just the substance of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell that this Supreme Being, by the name of the album, you could tell it's a substance album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no foolishness on it. So can you speak a little bit of the thought process and where did that concept come of adding Brother Willie into the interludes? So calling Supreme Beings, by me having a relationship with all these guys already, right? And I hold them to like a high standard in the music. So since I got the opportunity to pick who I wanted to work with, these were my these are my guys. Like this has nothing to do with like these are my guys. Like I got a chance to build with them. I got a chance to so we went from strangers to brothers. I'm gonna put it like that. Like so everybody is part of it. Mississippi A.B. I can't forget Mississippi A.B. I said his name earlier. Yeah. But we went from strangers to brothers. Like I felt like we built like it was many conversations and stuff like that. So the name Supreme Beings, when I was like what I'm gonna call it, that just off top. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what I was getting into spiritually, mentally. Right. Like just how I started to think and how I started to live. And so I just knew Supreme Being was the perfect fit for that. Now Brother Willie Muhammad came in, so it was more personal with me and Brother Willie Muhammad. I wanted to go see. I went to the mosque down there on Diamond and Chef. Yeah. And had a man-to-man conversation with him. And Brother Willie Muhammad was dropping so many gems.
Yeah.
It's just like, I was like, man, I need you to be a part of this album that I have going on. So once he asked me a couple questions, he was like, Brother Mac, I'm whatever. You know, I'll definitely come sit down and do it. So called Mayfield up, and the rest history. Like, we sat him down, interviewed him.
Yeah.
You know, we had different subjects and stuff, and we got it all on video. You know, everybody's gonna get a chance to see some of that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we put like a little short film.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if there was something like that.
Oh yeah.
But I kind of already figured, you know, because this being such a special project, with this many artists involved, I was gonna say it had to have been some special moments taking place during the recording process.
Yes.
Like, what was that like? Like, how many times did you have several artists around each other at once?
Well, the first studio session, everybody was in the studio together.
Okay.
So you gotta think about it, you know. When we all in the studio together, they are lyrically sparring. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing about it is, one of my goals for this album was to let people know that we can unite together.
Right.
And we all know rappers got these egos, you know what I'm saying? Like they mess with dude, but they might not tell dude that they rocking with him and stuff like that. In this situation, everybody had respect for one another in the room. Mm-hmm. So once I got them all in there, and it was like, man, I've been rocking with your stuff, man, I've been rocking with your stuff. Right. That created so much. So if you ever hear songs now that's featuring the guys that's on there, you know, it kind of started from there. Right. You know what I'm saying? So just being in that room, everybody knew they had to come with their A game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knew, like, man, like, I cannot get caught slipping because I got this man right here, this man right here, and this man right here. They're like, I cannot go, you know, so that's pretty much how.
Well, I think that's real special because me and you done had conversations off camera and numerous times, just calling, texting, whatever, about, you know, New Orleans music, the artists, things like that. And a lot of people, you know, down here say they don't stick together enough, they don't help each other enough. So, I mean, this project basically brought some unity. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely did.
I was looking at your Instagram, you had a caption. I can't remember exactly what you said, but it was something about being strength, bringing New Orleans together. Yeah. Can you talk about why that's important to you and what you think from this project can build, like you said, these artists starting to work with each other a little more and just, you know, bringing strength and unity? Well,
I think the underground hip hop in general, right? Like, just being around like all these underground artists, we get overlooked for some strange reason. We constantly get overlooked with the rapping. Like, don't get it. It's just not the hip hop side of bars. They got some trap dudes that rap that I feel like are better than other guys that, you know, do that trap rap other places and things like that. Yeah. And then, you know, it's not a secret that bounce is heavy down here in the city. Right. So with that being said, it's like I wanted to make sure that I highlighted that I had a part of putting my fingerprint, my handprint on something to be like, man, let's push this hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so these guys helped start it. Now they got plenty of other guys who I rock with that's not on the album. Right. That eventually I want to work with. Right. And eventually, you know, we're gonna get together and do some things. But right now, I had to just stick with the, you know, my core right now. But man, I got a list from St. Bernard to Broad. You dig? Like, that's how long the list is, right, you know what I'm saying, of MCs that we really have in this city.
Yeah, because lately what I see, especially now with the social media, people posting different opinions and certain stuff get reposted, and lately it's been like Baton Rouge is taking over Louisiana, or why we can't be united like Atlanta, or blah, blah, blah. Like, you see some of that being spoken out loud, and some of the artists, you know, chiming in on it, having an opinion. I think what you're building right now is it's gonna be special. I think it's gonna open up doors for people who, like you say, people that wasn't involved in this project to maybe want to, you know, reach out to you, if anything, and get involved, start uniting. Because, like you say, I think there's a lot of talented artists in the city that get overlooked. But I don't want to go too far into that. But why? What's your opinion on why you think it get overlooked so much at this point? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I can't put a finger on it sometimes.
I go back and forth with that a lot, and I have, you know, I just have opinions on certain things, and I think there's a lack of support of the underground hip hop. I think if you're not quote unquote stamped by a certain group, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, you can't, like, I saw like a while back, none recently, you know, about DJs and radio and things like that, you know, why, you know, they're not supporting and helping. Artists got to take some of that blame too. You can't blame just those people, the media side of people. And I know that firsthand for being in media. Yeah. Right? Like, that's the whole reason why I started the Blueprint show. Right. Because I wanted to show love. Right. You know, it's okay, so if these other stations are not playing you, I'm gonna put my head on a chopping block for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then even with that, it's like you don't get, you know, they don't have clean music. But it's not their fault either, because they never had a lane for them to even want to create clean music, because they was getting overlooked anyway. You had the mixtape eras. Yeah. And then you got, you know, the streaming era. So it's like, all that I feel like I had a part of it, you know, so you really can't blame, or this is the reason why, this is the reason why. At the end of the day, if you're an artist, you have to take your brand serious. Right. You have to take some kind of responsibility. Right. You know, make sure you got press kits, photos, videos, you know, you're in the right place, you know, your communication is very key. Networking. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I tell people all the time, like, you know, people was quick to hit me in my DM, but when they saw me out in public, they never told me anything. Right. And I'm like, my G, like, walk up and talk. Holler at me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give off the energy like, man, I don't feel like being bothered on. You know, I never get that energy. Anything. I want to spread love. I want to try to help as many people as I can. You know what I'm saying? So, you really can't blame. I just feel like if we all come together, if DJs do their part of find an artist and break them. Right. If you're an artist, you know what I'm saying, take your craft serious. You know, get cleans. You know what I'm saying? You know, get press kits. You know, hire somebody on your team that'll send emails out for you. You know, to get on blogs and to get on radio stations, and so, you know, this out there. You just gotta hustle, dog. It's all about a hustle.
You're right, exactly, and I agree with you 100%. And while I got you on camera, you know, obviously you have a passion for this. You have a passion for wanting to help your city of New Orleans and the music scene. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, since I got the exclusive talking to the man himself, I mean, tell us a little bit, what's in your heart, MAQ? Like, what is it that give you this passion to want to do it, you know, so genuinely the way you're doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen you ask nobody for nothing. Just their time and energy when it comes to their craft. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where does that passion come from? Why is it so important for you, you know what I'm saying, to showcase the talent on this city?
Bro, I'm just a fan of music. I'm just a fan of hip hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be something that I'm not. Right. So by being a fan and starting a podcast, shout out to Thedo with the Takeover. You know, man, Thedo started something real vicious. Yeah. That kind of like, we started something real big. Like nobody cared about your bars down there before. You know, I started after footballs go in. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because to be honest with you, I didn't know we had that many lyrical people down here. Right. I thought the list was real short. But as I continued to do my research, you know what I'm saying, as I continued to just, because that was like a thing for me, finding an artist. Yeah. Not that I broke them or anything, but just putting me on game with some of your old music. You dig what I'm saying? Just being exclusive and just so once you hear all that, yeah, these dudes ain't no different from the Fabulouses and the Jadakisses and the whoever just out there rapping. Right. We got a Don Flamingo that'll out-rap a bunch of rappers on the East Coast and West Coast. Right. You got Pie Skies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of my favorite. Right.
You got MAQ Groceries. You got OTB. You know what I'm saying? You got the Grotto. You got, man, I could go on. Like, you know, you got AB. Like, you got, you know, Gene Stanza, which is one of the hungriest dudes I know. You know what I'm saying? I could name Cruz. You know what I'm saying? I could name like you know, excuse the random dog. I could name a bunch of people that are in their own lane You dig? That could really take this shit to another level. You see what I'm saying? And you know, like what Don and the Don Bartholomew and the Bartholomew boys have going on, like them dudes are special. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bunch. Like I told you, I got a list from Broad to San Fernando of artists. You know what I'm saying? Zoe with the flow, the one of the most energy crazy.
I just got on him a couple months ago.
You know what I'm saying?
Listening to his mixtape, yeah, definitely.
Energy is crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get the bill and you know, and it's you know, that right there, you know,
that's the
talking to him, understanding, you know, LG, De Niro, like Blake, like dog, I could go on and on, like all these rappers starting to pop in my head now, like who I genuinely rock with, you dig what I'm saying? So crucial, you know what I'm saying? Sleaze, you got, man, there's a bunch of them out there. Jay Austin, to me, Jay Austin, you got to rap.
Yeah.
He got the business, he got the mindset to elevate, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can name from here, like I said, bro, I can name them, and that right there, it's like, man, what's wrong with just giving somebody a look, you know, whether it's on the radio or even posting something for them and things like that. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So that right there, just wanting to see my city, you know what I'm saying? When Don Flamingo made it to Rock Nation, you know what I'm saying? You know how special that was for the city?
Hell yeah.
How many Rock Nation has you seen now across New Orleans?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might not have been the reason why, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna run with it and say that's one of the reasons.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a gem. Don Flamingo, the day he signed with Rock Nation, is the day he came in the studio and recorded that verse from me.
That's nice.
And and the whole time I'm like, man, dude ain't coming. Like, I just signed a Rock Nation. I ain't coming.
Right.
My dog pulled up on me.
Right.
You did? My dog pulled up on me.
But that speaks to who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a real relationship with people. You know
That's true. That's true. And then, you know, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't, you know, I definitely don't sugarcoat anything. I don't, you know, I just keep it 100 straight across the board. You know, I don't feed no lies to nobody. If I could do it, I could do it. If I can't, I can't. Point blank.
Right. So with this Supreme Beams album, I mean, you kind of already spoke on it, but what do you hope? What do you hope for it to be received as? And of course, what's the goals as far as doing another one? Or what's next for MAQ? Like, what MAQ got going that we should be looking forward to after Supreme Beams campaign?
Well, you know, I'm still like a executive, so you know, I'm an executive producer now. Like that's my title. Yeah. Anything I touch, I'm executive producing. Whether it's a radio show, whether it's a podcast, whether it's, you know, an album, you know. So what's next for me? Sky's the limit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I get inspired. Like, these rappers don't understand. Like, I get inspired for what they do. Like, I could only move off of what they doing. Like, Zoe the only one that could get me hype about trap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain people could only do certain things for me to move. Gene Stanza's like, you know, dropping these mixtapes, like, you know what I'm saying? Body and stuff. Pie Sky dropping EPs just out of nowhere.
Right.
Like, you got, like, those guys motivate me.
Right.
You know, whoever's dropping something and they know who they are, man, just know that you're motivating me to push this culture even more. To want to do more albums, to collab, to, you know, to make me want to stay on the radio. Like, man, I'd have never thought I'd been on the radio, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if you'd asked me this 3 years ago, I'd have been like, man, y'all at your top. I've been on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd seen what personalities could be like, and I didn't want to be one of those dudes. Right. But I put myself out there head first, no chin strap.
Well, I mean, I just appreciate you sitting down talking to me.
Yeah.
Let them know the show if they don't know when they could catch the Blueprint.
Yeah, the Blueprint show is on WBOK, 12:30 a.m. every Thursday from 8 to 9. Supreme Beams is dropped Friday, excuse me, October 12th. Executive produced by me, produced by Irvin Mayfield. What's up, y'all? I'm MAQ. Man, make sure y'all tune into my dog Yoy at MyhellofalifeTV.com. Exclusive interviews, all kind of posts, man. He's just got mad exclusive stuff. Supreme Beams, October 12th.